can still smell it.
Mark Nash, Michael Gross, the boss.
My nigga. My brother.
Let's get this shit done, Mike.
We all love sports, right?
Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. He call it how he see it. Either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater? Click the thumbs up. Cashapp, super chat, go all in. But do your research first before you call in.
Been waiting on. And yes, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. Yo, 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 yo. What up, 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 what up? What up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I'm your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up that 501. Y'all know how I get down, baby. Little Rock, I'm back in the building, man. You back, she back, he back, we back, they back. You already know what time it is, man. Yes, sir. We back in this motherfucker, man. How y'all doing today, man? Make sure you smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button on your way in, man. Brandon Core Williams, what's good, my brother? E.S. Acuni, what's good? Yes, sir. So, I was, you know what I'm saying, doing normal YouTube shit, watching the boxing, watching the interviews, watching podcasts. Y'all know how it is when you're in your YouTube boxing bag. I come across this PBC podcast. PBC podcast that has the VP of Communications at PBC, Tim Smith, was the one being interviewed. It was a very good interview. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, it was a very, 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 very I would say honest. You know what I'm saying? And just giving his perspective. A lot of things came up in the interview. One thing he said that stuck out to me, and I made it the headline, was Terrence Crawford wasn't built right as a pay-per-view star. Well, what's going on, Cool Breeze? And I would tend to agree with that. I don't think Top Rank did Terrence Crawford any justice making his first pay-per-view against Victor Postal when he was on HBO. I think that was detrimental to the upstart of a star like Terrence Crawford. Maybe Top Rank did envision this guy being the 147-pound champion and being as dominant as he is right now. Because they went to, honestly, to me, that if I believe it right, and let me look it up, I believe they went against HBO to put this man on pay-per-view. Let me see, man. Top Rank HBO. Let me see, man. Terrence Crawford. Yeah, Terrence Crawford. Crawford versus Postal. Let me see what they say. Why is Terrence Crawford and Victor Postal on pay-per-view instead of HBO? This is an article coming from Yahoo.com. It says Terrence Crawford and Victor Postal have agreed to terms for a junior welterweight unification bout on July 23rd on HBO pay-per-view. Top Rank has confirmed to Yahoo Sports. There are many inquiries by fans to why this fight ended up being on pay-per-view instead of HBO, considering that Crawford is still relatively new to the mainstream. And Postal, despite his credentials, is still an unknown outside of boxing fans. This is an article coming from August 26th of 2016. This article, and let me share it, you guys. I don't want y'all might just making up shit. This is how somebody felt in 2016. This is not me just reading off the script right now and saying how people feel like this is back then. Why did Top Rank force this fight to be on pay-per-view? And they said, but Arum explained that the recent budget cuts at HBO had limited how many fights the premium network can broadcast and made a pay-per-view a necessity. The reason and this is a quote coming from Arum, Bob Arum right here. The reason the fight isn't on HBO is because HBO has many fighters that they need to show, and the best you're going to do with any fighter is 2 fights a year on HBO. We think that it's important for these guys to fight more than 2 times a year, especially Crawford. And in order to do that, you have to do a fight on pay-per-view and 2 on HBO. So Bob is telling you that he put this fight on pay-per-view because HBO didn't have enough slots left. The reason why they put this fight on pay-per-view because they ain't have enough slots left. So it wasn't because they thought Terrence Crawford was this big-time pay-per-view draw or pay-per-view star. It was simply because they had to get their fighter out more than 2 times a year. And the most they were going to get on HBO, regular cable, was 2 dates. So they had to do a pay-per-view. And Bob Arum said back then that he wanted to this fight to do 125,000 buys. He said, we're not crazy. To build a pay-per-view attraction, you have to start someplace. A guy doesn't immediately do 1 million buys. You start relatively small, and if they have an attraction to the general public, it builds over time. So Bob Arum put Terrence Crawford on pay-per-view because it was probably at that time in his best financial interest. At that time, Terrence Crawford wasn't who he is right now, and he wasn't demanding the kind of money that he is right now. And maybe he was making similar money similar money at the gate that he makes now. Because if you guys remember, the Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford tickets, they were not outlandish. They were some reasonable, affordable, good tickets with good spots to see that. I mean to see that. So maybe the reason Bob Arum rushed, and I'm gonna say rushed because Terrence Crawford wasn't known he wasn't known to the general public like he is now. His name wasn't associated with somebody else's name like it is now. He was fighting Victor Postal, a Ukrainian, somebody who Americans knew nothing about, somebody who Americans did not know. And that goes back to what Tim Smith said. That goes back to what Tim Smith said. He was not built right as a pay-per-view star. You don't make his first pay-per-view against. Why y'all think Earl's first pay-per-view was against Mikey Garcia? They got the Mexican, they got the name, and they got the fanfare. They got all these fans believing Mikey Garcia believed that he seen something. That man ain't see shit. He's Stevie Wonder. He ain't see a goddamn thing. But that's what happened. That's what happened. So Tim Smith was absolutely right. Absolutely right. And I respect every like I thought I was gonna come on this show and try to bash Tim Smith, but honestly, man, I'm gonna play a little bit of the interview and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like a lot of the shit he said, I can't find I can't find a reason to be mad at it. Let's go.
There's sometimes you go to a gym and you stumble upon a story that is just, sometimes a week before we think it's gonna open up. We'll go through.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Let me take that back real quick. Let me take that back, man. I damn sure didn't agree with everything he said. I damn sure didn't agree with everything he said. What up, Derek Lincoln? I damn sure didn't agree with everything he said. I damn sure didn't agree with everything he said. Let me take that back, man. My bad.
Go through lulls where there's absolutely, we think we can take a breather, and as soon as you get ready to, absolutely, we fine and that kind of thing. So great boxing writers that were there before. I'd go to a gym every now and then. I asked her if she had spoken to any reporters for you, and that turned out to be me. Wow. And
I'm trying to find a part.
Like,
give me a second.
You've developed relationships with boxing, just don't understand the sport. I'm into the ring, and Kenneth can attest to this work contract. They haven't seen, and Kenneth can attest to our society now. I think if people,
you're preaching to the choir. I agree.
A better job, but the template is this was that interesting, and I always thought that guys that wrote about the business side of boxing just don't understand the sport, and they cover it that way to cover up for the fact that they don't know anything about the sport. And that's just basically, my view on that. And I'm not taking anybody to task. I think, guys are capable of doing a better job, but, the template is there because it's led to people getting prominent, jobs at, at major sites, major entities.
That's not the part I was trying to find. Give me 1 second.
They choose to cover the sport. They choose to cover the sport as a business.
Preaching to the choir. I agree.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I felt that way for a long time. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, I mean, we talk a lot about journalistic objectivity, and you have a group of boxing fans who believe PBC doesn't get a fair shake from the boxing media, and another group who disagrees. Where do you stand on this issue?
Now, this is an ongoing thing. Lake County was good. Dolomite was good. This is an ongoing thing. Does PBC get a fair shake in the boxing media? I know a lot of people feel like, man, look, man, PBC, hey, bro, in the boxing media. Motherfuckers don't respect what Al Haymon is doing. Smash that thumbs up button. Does PBC get a fair shake in the boxing media? I mean, I don't think it's any worse for PBC than it is for any other promotional company. I think people shit on the Zone. I see people shit on Top Rank. I see people shit on PBC. I shit on everybody. I mean, at the end of it, KDDR7989 was good. Kieran Best was good. Trent Jones was good. I see it. I see it everywhere. I see it everywhere. Miss on Sports was good. And it's not just PBC. It's not just one person getting all the, in my opinion, it's not just one getting all the blame. It's like I see it everywhere. But let's hear what Tim Smith got to say about it.
I think polarization is part of our society now. I think if people can't be polarized and come down on the side of something, they're not happy. And I think we live in a society where there are a lot of unhappy people, a lot of people that are miserable in their own lives. And, you know, Twitter has become basically the cesspool of civilization. And I'm not going to go as far to say that it's going to end civilization, because I think that there are a lot of...
And he called boxing Twitter a cesspool. He probably right. he probably right. Shit, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Boxing, nigga, Twitter in general, man. Twitter is a place where, boy, if you ain't got thick skin, nigga will get to you. Cause it's all words. Ain't no being. It's words and gifts. You know what I'm saying? So Twitter is that place, bro. He's right. Like in this day and age, man, everybody wants to have a hot take. Everybody wants to say something that's gonna go viral. Everybody wants to do something that's gonna go viral. Everybody wants to be against this person. Everybody wants to be against that person. Why do you think Al Haymon gets so much hate? Why do you think Eddie Hearn gets a lot of hate? Why do you think Bob Arum gets a lot of hate? Everybody wants to have this extraordinary take on that fighter or this fighter, or why this fighter is great. Mark Nash, what's going on, my brother? He says, 10 people, please match my donation to support the show. Miss on Sports comes with a super chat. She says, give the husband some love. I appreciate it, baby. Yes, sir. Big ups to my guy, Mark Nash, and big ups to my wife, Miss on Sports. Let's go back out to Tim Smith.
Intelligent, wise people that are no part of that, you know, that are really in charge of doing things and making things, you know, work. But you know, the polarization on there is it's just phenomenal. You know, I don't spend, and you know, Kenneth can attest to this. I don't spend my day looking at what people are saying on Twitter. You know, most of the time, if I read Twitter, it's like at 11 o'clock at night, and the argument is 6 or 7 hours old, and Kenneth has already, you know, either liked it or didn't like it in the way that I see Twitter. But it's really a wasteland. And if you're going to be productive in the sport, you know, it's not the place to be. So from a standpoint of trying to get things done in the sport and trying to...
If you're going to be productive in the sport, it's not the place to be. That's a guy from PBC saying that. So maybe, I mean, I'm just saying, if he's saying that, then maybe you should tell Leonard Ellerbe to stay off Twitter. Because he be on Twitter threatening people, calling people out liars, saying this, saying that, trying to check people and shit. Like Leonard be on there. And this guy from, and I'm just bringing a man from PBC because this is the PBC Vice President of Communications, Tim Smith, speaking right now. D-Love 404 Boxing was good. ABOZ was good. Bayside was good. My bad. I just don't see the zone top ranked fighters take the same type of criticism. Are you sure? Terrence Crawford was on top ranked for how long? Terrence Crawford was on top ranked for how long? What about Anthony Joshua? What kind of criticism does Anthony Joshua get? Trenton Jones, Anthony Joshua fought on the zone. People make fun of him fight on the app. Oh, you fight on the app, you can't even get on pay-per-view. You an app fighter. You an advertiser. That's what they call him. I'm just being real with you. I see fighters take all kind of criticism, no matter where you at or who you with. Oh, AJ Dunn. Everybody say AJ Dunn beat out. AJ been done since he lost to Ruiz. Don't pretend like, come on now. Don't pretend now, man. Don't pretend. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do it. He done. That nigga done, man. Stick a fork in him, man. He done. Look at me. He can't take a punch. Ruiz had him rolling around the ring. AJ soft. Oh, he want to be Larry Hoover. He want to be Big Meech. Come on, man. What we saying? Come on. He said Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Whooping work. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. That's what he said. Wasn't it? Hey, Big Meech. I'm being real. So he get it. I mean, maybe he bring him on himself, but shit, he get the criticism. And we ain't gonna bring up Terrence Crawford now. We ain't gonna bring up Bud get criticism like no other. The only person that probably get more criticism than Terrence Crawford is Deontay Wilder. It's Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. Real shit. Let's go back out to the VP, Tim Smith.
Protect boxers in the sport. You know, it's not a place where you want to inhabit or spend a large amount of time. You know, the people that are on there that pretend like they're in the know, they haven't seen a single contract of a fighter. They haven't seen a single network contract. They haven't seen any reports from reliable pay-per-view outlets. They claim that they have the best sources and everything. Well, guess what? If you had the best sources and you were this tied in, you would be working for one of those networks. You would be doing analytics for, one of these companies. You wouldn't be on Twitter, bashing something, and it's just, and it really is.
See, it ain't even about the people on Twitter bashing like shit, right? It's like, y'all put the numbers out when they good. Y'all put the numbers out when they good. Oh, they did 800,000. They did 750. They did 460. They did 5. Y'all put the numbers out when they good. So if somebody get a tip or get a source from a cable company or a cable entity that has the numbers, or a satellite provider that has the numbers, and they run with them, it is what it is, man. Like you can't just have selective shit with the fans. If you're gonna give it to the fans gonna be expecting it every time. They put Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather numbers out. Dana White couldn't wait to tell about them bitches. Oh, it was the biggest one of all time. It beat Pacquiao and Floyd. Then Steven Espinosa came out and said, hold on. It did do over 4 million. It did do over 4 million, but it didn't beat Pacquiao and Floyd. It didn't exceed Pacquiao and Floyd. That's what Steven Espinosa is on record saying. So they put them out when that shit busting. Oh, when it's busting, they're gonna put that motherfucker out and say, hey man, look what we just did. Man, we did more numbers than motherfucking rodeo. Man, we did more numbers than goddamn me niggas on Wall Street right now. Look at what we did. Y'all know I ain't lying. A lot of you dudes just y'all like to stick with that one that bullshit, man. I got that phone. Y'all be on that motherfucking bullshit, bro. And y'all like you want to keep it 100 sometimes, man. And that be my problem with people, man. Just keep it a buck across the board, man. People, they do come out with numbers when they good, and when they bad, they say we ain't got no numbers.
You know, people trying to boost up their own ego and get their egos stroked by people that don't know what's going on. And these people call themselves fans, and they're not really fans. They're just, you know, a lot of them aren't fans. They're just people that want to be in opposition to something. You know, I'm not being an elitist. I'm not bashing anybody that's on Twitter. God bless you if you got the time to do that. But I don't have the time, the inclination, or the desire to be on there saying anything to anybody, because, you know, outside of the PBC, I have no idea what other companies are doing, nor do I care, because I don't work for them, you know. So I'm trying to make our company as strong as it possibly can be, and I'm trying to help the fighters that fight for us. That's all I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to.
I respect it. Look, man, he like everything outside of the PBC, he ain't got nothing to do with. I get that, and I respect it, and I mean that's real. Like that's what most promoters and businessmen around the sport say, and that's what they do. So you know, like they ain't really worried about what the other promotional company doing. Salute to my guy Derek Lincoln on the Cashapp, bro. I appreciate it, man. He says for support for the show. Big up to my guy Derek Lincoln on the Cashapp, brother. We going this next little bit of Mike on Sports gonna be sponsored by Mark Nash and Derek Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? Let ride it out.
On a happier note, as a veteran boxing writer, which do you have any boxing books or book?
And the other book is available. It will turn up here, but you got to have the right show.
Interesting. Okay.
This right here is crazy. So this is kind of interesting, right?
And it really favored, you know, the UFC, and
this is really kind of interesting, because I seen some shit online talking about why PBC not really doing fights at the Barclays no more. And I didn't know if it was bullshit or if it was true. Now I'm hearing Tim Smith answer the question about why they not fighting at the New York venues anymore.
You got to find the right fight to bring. Okay, all right.
There you go.
Okay.
One person does. So moving back to the PBC, are there any plans to bring the PBC boxing back to New York?
Yeah, I think that is something that, you know, is going to be explored. You got to find the right fight to bring here. And it's got to be somebody that's done well at Barclays Center, and you guys can figure out who those names are. You know, I mean, the Danny Garcias of the world, the Deontay Wilders, the Charlos, although the Charlos have made Texas their stomping ground. So that could be a big ask to try to get them to come to New York. But yeah, I think there are.
Yeah, I believe they got robbed in New York too. I don't think they want to come back. I believe they also got robbed in New York too.
You know, if there is something that makes sense, and makes dollars, you bring it here. New York's an expensive state, which I don't think people really realize that. Nobody's repealed the tax on boxing, which is like 25%. It's a very expensive, and if you go back a few years, it was the UFC that put in a law basically that got passed that made it really cost prohibitive for people to do shows and boxing shows in New York, and it really favored the UFC, and that is really sort of curtailed boxing here in New York. But I think you have the right.
Damn. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. UFC had a bill that they got passed into a law that made it really costly for people to put on boxing shows in New York, and it favored the UFC. I didn't know that. That's new to me. That's new to me. Wow. The better complaint after the insurance in New York. Well, okay, AB. See, ABOZ, you got to be telling me, because I don't watch every little interview, man. I used to. But shit, I ain't got that kind of time no more. Hey, it's Retro. What's good, my guy? What's good, my guy? B-Dog, what's good, homie? I don't know if I shouted you out. If I didn't, I just shouted you out twice. You know what I'm saying? But then I didn't know it was costly to put on shows in New York, bro. That's new. That's new for me.
Demands of their because of their salary demands, but you got to have the right show.
Interesting. Okay. One item from last.
And now we started getting to the gutter butter. Mr. Still Chin, what's good? Kush the Greatest, what's good? Top ranking I have New York. PBC got B more in DC. He said rumor is PBC fell out with the belt. I'm sure they did. They kicked the belt to the side when he tried to get Wilder to go over there to the zone. But now we started getting interested, man. So the man asked Tim Smith, why the fuck we got so many goddamn pay-per-views? Why the fuck we got so many pay-per-views, Timmy? Why does PBC have 15 million pay-per-views? Why? Let's see.
Last year, we've seen some conflicting opinions on are the amount of pay-per-views PBC has had over the past year. How do you reconcile this with the free TV model that most folks tied PBC to?
Well, there's still free. There's still free TV for boxing. It might not be what people conceptually thought, was going to be free TV, but guess what? You can't have, Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman and Sean Porter and Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder, routinely fighting on free television because of the demands of because of their salary demands. Just, from a financial standpoint, it doesn't make sense. All of those guys have fought on free TV, but guess what? When they fought on free TV, all people did was rip the fights. Right. Oh, this fight sucks. This is horrible.
Can't win, right?
Why is he fighting this guy? Why is he fighting that guy? He's fighting Leonard Bundu. That's the guy that Keith Thurman beat. And why is Keith Thurman?
I don't think nobody ripped the fights, bro. I think we love Keith Thurman and Sean Porter on free TV. I thought we loved Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia on free TV. I enjoyed seeing Deontay Wilder beat up Eric Molina, beat up Johan Duhaupas, beat up motherfucking Chris Arreola on free TV. I like to see Earl Spence get that big ass push from the men's basketball Olympic gold medal game, because y'all know that that's when LeBron and KD and Kyrie and probably Kobe was out there back then, out there giving niggas buckets. So Earl rolled the back of the game, came on immediately after the game, and had like 5-6 million views. Nobody was complaining about that, Tim. You be on, see, I caught you, Tim. I caught you. You was on Twitter, weren't you? You was in that cesspool. Yeah, I know. You was in that cesspool. You was on Twitter, reading the comments. Yeah, I know. How would you know if you wasn't? How would you know if you wasn't? You was on Twitter. Yeah, I know. Yeah, talking about stay on Twitter. Now you got a burner account. I bet you got a burner. Probably Bayside Boxing. I bet it's burner Bayside Boxing. Bayside, Timmy, is that you? Tim, is that you? Is that you, Tim? Bayside? I caught him. Man, let me find out you nigga. I'm gonna give you an interview, Bayside. Let me find out it's you, nigga. That's probably why you ain't never called in. We'll catch on to your goddamn voice. That's why you ain't never called in, huh, Bayside? We're gonna catch on to your motherfucking voice. I respect the Bayside, man. Keep on doing your thing, bro. Keep getting that PBC money. I ain't mad at you, man. What I always say, Bayside, I ain't never mad at no nigga getting no money. Never mad at no dude keep getting your money, Bayside.
Fought on free TV. All people did was rip the fights.
Right.
Oh, this fight sucks. This is horrible.
Can't win, right?
Why is he fighting this guy? Why is he fighting that guy? You know, he's fighting Leonard Bundu. That's the guy that Keith Thurman beat. And why is Keith Thurman fighting Louis Collazo? And, you know, why is Deontay Wilder fighting, you know, Gerald Washington? Why is he fighting Eric Molina? You know, why is he fighting this guy? Oh, this is terrible. Guess what? Now, you know, you can't bring those guys and put them back. You can't put that genie back in the bottle. But guess what? You're building guys that are going to be the future stars, the Jesus Ramoses. And Kenneth and I went through one exercise where we looked at a pay-per-view, and I can't remember the show, Kenneth.
Were guys like Jermell Charlo, Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder.
Okay, now people would look at it and go, that's a horrible fight. You know, but look at what you had on the undercard. Seeing a Jamal James come up on free TV. You didn't enjoy. And right now, you're not enjoying David Morrell coming up on free TV. You're not enjoying, you know, Vito Malnicki come up on free TV. You're not enjoying Joey Spencer come up on free TV. You know,
because they ain't fighting nobody. David Morrell is cool, but they ain't like, we can enjoy the free TV aspect. We can. We can definitely enjoy it, but damn it, they not fighting nobody. Them dudes ain't fighting nobody, man. You making it seem like these niggas out there going to war with these dudes. You make it seem like they giving us just killer fights. It's regular. They hella regular at that. They hella regular. These fights that bookies ain't even making no eyes for because it's so lopsided.
But the shows are still free. But the salary demands that are out there for these guys are not supported on free television because guess what? There's no sponsorship. There's no advertising that would make that viable economically for it to be on free television. And when you go back to all these fights that
so you saying because there's no advertising, y'all want the fans to foot the bill. That's essentially what you're saying. Since there is no advertising, you want the fans to foot the bill. The advertising dollars is not enough for a big time fight to be on free TV. That's what y'all saying. That's what Tim is saying. Like it or not, that's what he's saying. Like it or not, that's what he's saying.
when they could make $5 million. I mean, Ali and Frazier, when they fought at the Garden, they each made $5 million. That's a $10 million show. And it was on closed circuit 40 years ago. The NFL was not getting billion-dollar rights fees to be on network television. They were begging to be on network television. So TV and money has changed drastically in 40 years. It's a little anti-boxer, if you ask me, because these guys deserve to make money, and they deserve to make the money that they can command and have the fight done. And who are we as fans and as consumers of boxing as an entertainment? Who are we to go up to a guy and say, you're overpaid? Nobody comes to your job and tells you to your face or goes to your boss and say, hey, you're overpaying Michael Rosenthal.
Nobody is saying that they're overpaid, but if they're fighting on PBC, shouldn't PBC be responsible for paying them? Why are you asking the fans to foot the bill for Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman? Is that a pay-per-view? Is that the paper? One guy been out of the ring for 2 years coming up a loss. The other dude just got knocked out. Why was Isaac Cruz and Gervonta Davis on pay-per-view? Like it's why was Rolly Romero and Gervonta Davis on pay-per-view? I mean, I'm just asking these questions because to me, y'all want the fans to, I guess. I mean, I ain't got no problem with no fans saying, you know what, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. That's their prerogative. That's their prerogative. If they don't want to buy it, they ain't gotta buy it. But don't get mad at people when they talk about the quality of a pay-per-view card. It is what it is, man. You can choose to support it or you can choose not to support it. Them the only two options.
You shouldn't pay him that much money. He's not worth it. Well, guess what? His value is what your boss says your value is, or what they think you can command in the marketplace. And guess what? If they don't think you can command it in the marketplace, you don't get to fight on pay-per-view. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
You brought up a few names.
So y'all thought that Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz commanded it in the marketplace. That's essentially what you're telling me. If you don't command it in the marketplace, then you don't fight on pay-per-view. So you're telling me that Luis Ortiz fought 1 round in 3 years. And Charles Martin demanded to be on pay-per-view. It demanded. Man, come on, y'all. What we saying here, man? Like, what we doing? Like, at some point in time, you gotta call sometimes you gotta call bullshit. Yeah, it's been like bullshit to me, y'all. That car was fire. I really try not to lose my shit on this dude based on boxing, man. But like, he be coming up with some of the most outlandish shit to say. I mean, this dude, bro, he this motherfucker, bro, I swear. What is wrong with him, man? What is wrong with this dude? You can't be that one-sided, bro. You can't be that one-sided, man. Hey, my God. God damn, bro. This shit gotta stop, man. This shit gotta stop, bro. Oh, what this dude be over there doing, bro?
Perfect segue to our next question. We saw a lot of names emerge, like a Stephen Fulton Jr. last year. What can you tell us?
Making performance, they get put in the. And people are always. This is the thing that kills me with boxing fans. They're always saying that these guys suck and they're no good, and you can't measure a man's heart. I mean, you just can't. You're foolish to do that. You can't measure.
Absolutely right about that. I mean, I'm damn right about that. You can't measure what's inside of a man or what's pushing a man to that next step. You can't.
Everybody, Luis Ortiz is too old. Charles Martin's going to handle him, and this and that, and come on, just.
My bad, man. I did say that, bro. I thought Lewis was too old, man. I ain't know Lewis was gonna punch Charles Martin and make him start talking to the niggas on the sideline. Man, he punched Charles and Charles started having a conversation. How he punched you into a conversation? How the hell you get punched into a conversation? Oh yeah, nigga, I was right down the street. Who hit me? And nigga got punched into a conversation. I ain't never seen that in my life. And man, if a nigga punch you into a conversation, you better run. You better run from him. You don't even want to fight no more. You want to talk? Man, what the fuck is going on? And then he put the hand down. Hey, let's talk man to man. Let's talk. And fuck this fighting shit, man. Let's talk man to man. We can talk this out. Boy, if you don't put your goddamn hands back up, man got punched into a conversation. Never seen that. I ain't never seen a dude get punched into a conversation, bro. What was he thinking, man? Charles, you let me down, bro. I was right. I picked you, bro. OG PG, what's going on, Daryl? What's going on, Daryl? Rodney Evans, what's good? Oh man, salute to that my guy Ness, man. That man, he back out, man. They had him locked up, goddamn it. He nigga said he beat somebody up over there, man. That nigga was locked up, bro. Damn.
Yes, Dooney held it down. He sure did, man. You know, we've never seen the Dumatron go live, man. He was definitely doing the best that he could. There's a learning curve, you know. We all have to learn to take constructive criticism. There's a learning curve with this, and the more that he does it, he's gonna get better at it, man. It's
Yeah, Doomy, I seen Doomy doing his thing too. But yeah, I seen Ness out, bro. Yeah, he can't be beating up people, bro. Chase that coin was good. Yeah, I seen Bill Haney that too. I ain't watched the whole thing, but I just checked it out to see. The Fab 19 was good. Johnny was good. I just checked it out, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that I seen Guess Who's Back, you know what I'm saying, so I figure I go see what he's talking about. But let's get back to Tim Smith, and let's get back to what he said about Terrence Crawford.
Just give it up. Just watch the fights and see what happens, you know. And guess what? Free boxing the first time, they have no idea who. Yeah. But, you know, again, Tank Davis to me is already a star. I equate this star.
Well, we just talked about Tank. Is he about where you thought he would be at this stage of his career? You mentioned he's already a star. Is he on the path you expected him to take?
He's on the path, but I think, from my estimation, I think he's ahead of the curve on this thing. You know,
at this point in time in Gervonta Tank Davis' career, is he ahead of the curve? Is he right where y'all thought he would be, or has he exceeded, or has he not met expectations? What y'all think about Tank Davis? Is he ahead of the curve? Is he doing things that you guys thought he was gonna do? Yeah, I know. How did I know Bayside was gonna be? Man, that nigga was so far ahead of what I thought he was gonna be, man. Man, shut up. Shut up. I would have liked to see Tank have one more big fight. That's about it. I think Tank has done everything that I would like to see Tank do. Besides have that one more big fight. He had a big fight with Pedraza. I give him that. Much respect, and that Pedraza win get better like wine, get better with time. But I would have loved to see Gervonta Davis against somebody like Lomachenko. I would have liked to see him against Gary Russell Jr., Tevin Farmer. I mean, I would have liked to see those fights when they was being talked about. That's all I'm saying. Like there's probably one big fight that I wanted to see Gervonta have that he probably didn't have. But everything else is like right on line. Everything else is like right on line, man. Gervonta's doing what he's supposed to do, man. Getting on pay-per-view, selling out arenas, becoming a big-time star. He's absolutely doing everything that he has to do to get to the next level and to get his name like synonymous when people think about boxing. Like, that's one thing you want to do as a boxer. You want to get your name known As soon as somebody bring up boxing right now, people gonna think about Floyd Mayweather. If you brought up boxing right now to the random ass person, they gonna bring up Floyd Mayweather. And maybe you will never get to that level, but maybe you can get to a Canelo maybe level if you move yourself right. Maybe you can get to a level like of somebody will bring up, man. I mean, somebody like just become a household name. Maybe he can. Tank beating Santa Cruz, man. If you don't shit. Tank beat Santa Cruz, bro. All right. You be Cuellar, Victor Tinian, Tank got big win. Man, if you don't shut that South Tank shit up, full credit for that. Man, Santa Cruz was 122, man. You can't get no credit for doing what you're supposed to do. I told y'all when I first heard about the fight on PBC, I told y'all Tank was not gonna goddamn me beat Leo. I mean Leo was not gonna beat Tank. Leo didn't have a chance of beating Tank. Didn't have a fucking chance. You can't keep Abner Maris off of you. How you gonna keep Tank off of you? That was my whole thing going into the fight. Nobody wanted to goddamn me. Nobody wanted to goddamn me bring up that. Did you give Bud credit for getting Bud? Bud was fighting at 135. Gamboa was fighting at 135 too. Both of them fighting at 135. I don't care if Bud beat Gamboa, fuck Gamboa. Gamboa is a footnote on Bud resume. It's a small part. It's a small win. He got rocked in that fight. Did you give Devin full credit against JoJo? JoJo was an all right fighter. He was an all right fighter. JoJo showed that he can go out there and beat Tevin Former, somebody that motherfucking Tank didn't want to fight. I'm just being real with you. He went out there and showed that he can get a quality victory at a different weight, at a different weight class. He went out there and beat Javier Fortuna, somebody who Ryan Garcia ducked. He did everything he's supposed to do. He did everything he's supposed to do. Who the fuck did Leo Santa Cruz move up and beat? Who the fuck did Leo Santa Cruz move up and beat? Who? I know how many fights he had Bayside boxing. Who did Leo Santa Cruz move up and beat? JoJo beat got to be Tevin Former, and he beat motherfucking Javier Fortuna. You can't name the dude Leo Santa Cruz beat for that belt. That WA belt at 130 that he had. Name him. Don't box record. Don't box. It's taking you too long. Don't box record. Name him. Name his name. What's his name again? Yeah, I thought so. This nigga fought a nobody for a nobody ass belt. And then he fought Gervonta Davis and got knocked the fuck out. And now where he back at? What weight class is Leo Santa Cruz fighting at his next fight? On the Keith Thurman undercard. Kinko Martinez, seeing what he did to Kid Galahad and seeing the tough fight that he gave Josh Warrington. Yeah, I give it a good win Bayside boxing. You got me with that. You got me with that. You got me with the Kinko Martinez. You got me. Is Abner Mares a good win? oh my, it's like, bro, it's like I hear you, but I don't respect. I'm like you talking about little dudes though, bro. You talking about little dudes, man. Carl Frampton, a little dude. Abner Mares, he a little dude, man. You see how Jamil Herring did Carl? As soon as Carl thought about coming to 130, he got beat the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I just like from the optics, I knew that Leo Santa Cruz ain't have nothing for Gervonta Davis. Y'all knew it too, though. Y'all knew it too, though. Y'all knew it. Y'all don't want to admit it, but y'all knew Leo Santa Cruz didn't have enough for Gervonta Davis. I'm just keeping it above 50.
You know, and you got to go back to guys like Roy Jones and Mike. And, you know, Mario Barrios is a tough guy. 15 years old, a football player, a Bengals fan. They come back to the next fight, Sean Porter, with a lot more ease and lost the fight than, you know, Sean was handled in some of his other matches and everything. And he's coming back from all of that, and he's been able to, it appears he's been able to maintain his weight, and he's gone through, you know, disciplining himself, you know, and taking the sport seriously. And I think, you know, there's a maturity level to him now that makes him formidable for anybody that wants to get in the ring with him. I think it's a tremendous fight. I think he and Ugas is a tremendous fight. You know, there's enough mystery around how far Errol has come from his various injuries and ailments and stuff. And then there's enough intrigue around Ugas as to just how good is this guy. He made, you know, Manny Pacquiao retire. So, you know, I think it's a tremendous fight. And now the welterweight division, you know, you're going to get a unified champion after that's all over. There's just one belt out there that's missing. So,
well, speaking of that one belt there.
All right, here we go. This the moment y'all came for. This the moment y'all came for. This the moment y'all are here for, man. Why? Let's talk about it. The number one pound for pound fighter in the world. None other. Goes by the name of Terrence Bud Crawford. Let go, Tim. What's up with that? What's up with that Earl and motherfucking Bud fight?
There is a, you know, select the boxing fans who want to see Errol take on Terrence Crawford. What is hindering this fight from happening, in your opinion?
Economics. And you don't really want to insult a guy like Terrence Crawford, who's a tremendous talent. And I'm not taking away anything from his talent, but he hasn't been built into a pay-per-view star. And I'm not saying that to throw shade at the guy, but, you know, you got to go on his track record. You got to go and look at what he's done, you know, in the pay-per-view fights that he's been at, you know, been involved in. And, you know, that it's not my job to tell anybody how to make him a pay-per-view star. You know, we have enough work on our hands dealing with, you know, trying to make our own guys into pay-per-view stars, but he just hasn't been built. And trust me, if there is money in him fighting Errol Spence where he could get what he wants and Errol could get what he wants, that fight would get made. But you don't want to insult the guy. Nobody wants to insult this guy and make him an offer that's insulting. Nobody wants to do
Damn. I mean, that's the business of boxing, though. That's the business of boxing, bro. That's the business of boxing, man. He hasn't been. He is right. He is right. He has not been built into a pay-per-view star. Top Rank, I already went over there earlier. When Top Rank forced him to fight Victor Postal on HBO pay-per-view because HBO didn't have no more dates. So they said, fuck it, we're going to put it on pay-per-view. He wasn't built right when they said, you know what, let's bring Amir Khan. Let's bring Amir Khan over from England. And let's put him on pay-per-view. That was dumb. And then your last time that you had him, you had a fight with Sean Porter, somebody who's been on multiple one pay-per-view with Earl Spence Jr. And this was finally a fight that the fans were intrigued about and wanted to see Terrence Crawford step up in. What did you do? You guys say, you know what? Let's put this fight on the ESPN Plus app only. Not going to put it on no satellite providers, no cable providers. We're going to put it on the ESPN Plus app only. Folks did not know how to purchase the motherfucking fight. Folks didn't know how to purchase the motherfucking fight. But it is what it is, man. I guess they said 100% of 135K is better than 50% or 40% of 300,000. And they're probably right though. They're probably right. 135K. Let me see. If you take all the money, if you take all the money, let me see. My calculator. Well, my calculator. My calculator wrong. There we go. So let me see. Clear that out. We'll clear it. 75 times 135,000 equals. That's $10 million, 125,000. So according to the numbers, if they sold 135K pay-per-views, they made $10,125,000. Now, if they would have sold 75 times 185,000, which is initially reported, they would have made about $13,875,000. So, I mean, at what I'm looking at it, and it looks like they had enough money to cover everything, especially with the crowd that was there to watch Terrence Crawford put on that show in Vegas that night. So, I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just like I don't like all the fucking pay-per-views, bro. And Top Rank like it just seemed like Top Rank didn't give a damn about Bud. Honestly, like they didn't promote him like they promoted other fighters. Like they really just threw Bud to the wayside, bro. I ain't like that shit.
To do that, like I said, he's a proud champion, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that to him. But from a business standpoint, it's a fight that might excite the fans and all these people that are out there yelling about pay-per-view and too much they're not buying it anyway. They're not going to plop down any money to make it successful. They're going to steal the fight, but they're not going to support it on pay-per-view, and the numbers won't be enough to give him what he needs, or not necessarily what he needs, but what he wants. And I don't know what that number is, but I would think that number, would be very high. I'm not involved in those talks, but that's just looking at the sport historically. I just don't. I don't think he should be insulted. I really don't.
That's good,
Tim.
That's good. I mean, so from what it seems like, they don't want to make an offer because they don't want to insult they don't want to insult Terrence Crawford. They don't want to insult Terrence Crawford, man. That's what it seems like. So that's why no offer has been made, because they don't want to, I guess, burn the bridge that they might need, or they might want to latch on to moving forward. We got a phone call. We're going out to 912. 912, talk to your boy. What's going on?
What up, stimulus check, Mike? What up?
Tyrone Bowie, what's good, man? Tyrese Blue, what's good, man?
What's up? What's going on, man? I see you out here chopping it up this afternoon. I said, let me call and check on my dog.
Man, I'm just chilling, man. About to go get some eat after this show.
It's with that same bullshit up.
No, man. I'm just out here like listening to Tim Smith saying that Terrence Crawford wasn't built right as a pay-per-view star, and he's right. Like that fight with Victor Poster should have never been on pay-per-view. The Amir Khan fight should have never been on pay-per-view. Like the only fight that should have been is Sean Porter. The other two fights only give Terrence Crawford's detractors ammunition to like go against him. And Bob Arum, like, I don't understand why they did that, especially with the first one. Like, nobody knew Victor Poster in America. He was from Ukraine. Barely spoke English. Probably still don't speak English.
Man, it was a story behind that. Damn, I forgot about it. But somebody posted it was something with HBO, and damn, I forgot how the story went. I'm gonna have to look it up and get back to you.
HBO, I was gonna put that little spin on it, but that ain't gonna make the motherfucking fans come with the fight.
So what do you think? What do you think could have been done to make Terrence Crawford a pay-per-view star?
Man, I don't know, bro. That ain't my role in boxing. That's a promoter's role. If you got a fighter of the caliber of Terrence Crawford, then you should be able to create some more intriguing matchups for him. Y'all have a problem. Y'all have a problem giving.
Kind of like Andre.
But they.
I mean, he's just kind of like Andre Ward. Ward was never a pay-per-view.
No, Andre Ward wasn't. But I don't think Andre Ward is as good as Terrence Crawford.
I mean, they're similar caliber fighters. I mean, they just don't have a lot of personality outside of the ring, you know?
That's true. How much personality does Manny Pacquiao have outside the ring?
He's got a whole country behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the pitfall, I guess. That's the pitfall for a lot of.
Yeah, but I'm saying, though, Bud don't have a lot of personality, and even Ward, even as well spoken as he is, like guys wasn't shoving out money that going in their pocket to spend money on him either. It's just what it is. Those guys are just fighters at their core. They're not going to sell a lot, but they'll be remembered as the greats. It just happens like that sometimes, man.
Yeah, man. I guess you're right, man. But again, I mean, what could have been done though? Would you, if you were a promoter, would you have put Victor Poster on pay-per-view?
No, but what I think could have been done, they should have given him that Pacquiao fight. That would have been the passing of the torch fight for him. Yeah. Just like De La Hoya passed the torch to Floyd and Manny. Floyd never really had a passing of the torch fight to this era's, black fighter. You know what I'm saying? Manny got in there and mixed it up with a few of them.
You ain't know, man. Floyd still got the torch. He let you know every time he do an interview. And Tank motherfucking fights. He be talking about what he did, how he did it. Everybody want to be money maker. You know what I'm saying? Like he still got the torch, nigga, burning hard. He got a fight coming up over in Dubai next year. This year.
Yeah, the closest thing he did was spar Errol Spence. He fought Andre Berto, who really didn't have a lot of steam at that time. What I'm saying. The only thing he ever did was, spar Errol Spence, but he didn't pass the torch to this generation's black fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like De La Hoya passed it to him.
I mean, he kind of passing the torch to Gervonta in a way. Everybody's saying Gervonta this big star now.
Yeah, but I mean, and the fact that the pay-per-view model is dying with the technology and the piracy and all that shit, you know, that don't have to either. But you know what I'm saying?
Boxing got to figure out a way how to better monetize themselves.
Yeah, but I think Pacquiao did a better job of, you know, for trying to pass. He tried to pass the torch to Broner. He fumbled it, passed it to Key. He fumbled it. Shit.
Who got saying that? Hold on, I got you.
Yeah, Errol Spence. He had a fucking eye injury, but he wanted $40 million to fight Bud. You know what I'm saying?
That's just how it goes, bro. I guess
Yeah.
skill for skill. Like y'all just look at him like a tough ass test.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I just wanted to jump for a second, man. I got to go grab my son from school, man.
All right, Tyrese, man.
Later, you back on.
Stay up, man.
All right, G.
I got Tyrese, man. I always get talking to him, bro. Yeah, so he always call me Al Heyman Stimulus Checks Mike. He always call me Al Heyman Stimulus Checks Mike, bro. That nigga right there is funny, bro. Funny. But look, man, we're going to get on down, bro. We get no more phone calls today, man. 317-220-6995. Number to call in if you want to call in. Yeah. I did say that. I know a lot of people out there got them feeling the way, but nigga, I said it. I said what I said. I said what I said. You like it or don't, man. Yeah, I think. I mean, shit. People thought Ward lost that fight against Kovalev. What's going on, 678?
What's going on, man? It's the homie Lake County.
Lake County, what's good?
What's going on, man? I ain't gonna get into the tank hate just off top, but I am gonna jump into Buddy saying you got to pass the torch stuff, man.
Okay.
You can't just pass the torch, man. You gotta take that throne. You gotta take that baton from somebody, man. You gotta take it by fighting them and winning.
Floyd never gave a fighter the opportunity.
Last time I checked, Floyd Mayweather retired undefeated, so he can't just say this the new guy in boxing.
Now what he's saying, like he never gave the Keith Thurmans, the Earl Spences, the Sean Porters, the Danny Garcias, other words, like these young up and coming welterweights, the opportunity to even breathe on the torch. He never got close.
I agree with that. I can agree with that. I mean, I probably didn't hear that part, but he was just trying to say like Adrian Broner and Tank Davis, like, nah, those your proteges, you know, those your understudies. But if these dudes ain't getting in the ring with you and y'all ain't gonna fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they ain't gonna pass another torch or passing the baton. But yeah, man, Tank, man, you need to be giving my man Tank credit for these victories, man. You got to see him go against the dude who finna fight Keith Thurman at 147 on pay-per-view. Come on, man. Tank done already slept him.
Man, I don't know about Barrios, bro.
We about to see with Keith Thurman. You know, it's just like college football. You know, whenever you get a win over a team, and if they go on to go undefeated, then that just makes you look strong because it's like, hey, our only loss came from the people who number one or number two, and they undefeated. So if Barrios, you know, I mean, who else got a back-to-back like Barrios right now? Man, my last fight was against Tank. Now my next fight going to be against Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman been knocking his ass out too.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it. You know, I'm a Keith Thurman guy, man. I like Thurman, man. My thing about Thurman is, man, I just don't like all this semi-retired stuff, man. Him, Mikey Garcia, all these other boys. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be in the ring, man.
But that's how it is, though, man. Like once you start making that big money, they can't pay you like that, especially if you ain't doing numbers like Canelo.
Exactly, which brings me to my next question, man, because, man, in the chat and fans on this boxing community, YouTube and boxing Twitter, come on, man, why are we just talking about so much pay-per-view? What's good pay-per-view numbers, Mike? What's good pay-per-view numbers?
Depends on who you are, I guess. If you a new coming fighter on pay-per-view, I guess the cutoff is 150 and above. 160
150 and above.
Like that's what they're doing now, especially with the piracy, like old boy said. So it's like, shit. If you Canelo, I guess anything above 600,000 is good. You know what I'm saying? Because Canelo did like 800,000 with Plant, I believe. So
Yeah.
now, like Deontay Wilder, I mean, I don't know if his probably next fight would be on pay-per-view. Let's see how many he does. So let's see what early Ugas does. I mean, a solid number. I always heard from we had Steven Espinoza this while I was on the boxing voice. He said 225,000 was a break even point.
Break even point. Okay, that's a good assessment. Then that means they probably spending about what 200 something then, right?
I don't know.
It's about how much you spending. If you watch a Marvel universe dude. I mean Star Wars guy. Which one are you, Marvel or Star Wars?
Man, I just watch whatever that shit get the popping, bro.
Okay. Let's look at it like this from the film industry, man. You know how they say worldwide black actors can't sell worldwide and all that stuff, man. You watch these Marvel movies. Some of these movies be having $100 million budgets. Damn, the movie go on to sell 900 million, damn near $1 billion worldwide. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all done made y'all profit times 9 or times 10. So it's just, taking it back to boxing. If, like you say, the break even point is 225,000, then it's like you breaking even. It sounds like you spending 200 just to make 200. And you were just saying like how they look like they don't even support Bud Crawford. I'm just like, man, do Top Rank even promote their fights outside of YouTube? So I'm like, if Bud do 150, I mean, that should be damn good. It look like they ain't spend a lot of money in advertising and marketing dollars.
No, they spend shit, and the fight is only on the app, so they ain't got to split it with no satellite company. They get the money right to them, that 100%. So they keep 100% of the profit. So that's why I said maybe they feel like 135,000 on the ESPN Plus app, but they get all the profit. Is better than having it on another satellite platform to where they gotta divvy up the money.
I hear you, I guess, but like Bud was saying, people feel like it was kind of hard to find, difficult to find on the ESPN app. And one Louis Ortiz versus Charles Martin, that was just on the Fox Sport app. So that one there, it was like Fox pay-per-view. That was, you had to get that. You got to have the app to get the fight. You got to download the app and then order it on that.
It wasn't a Fox pay-per-view?
I don't think it was a Fox. I think it was like the Fox. I think it was kind of similar to what ESPN was doing as far as like having the app.
You can't. So you couldn't buy it on the cable box?
No, I don't think so. Don't quote me on this, but I was thinking that it was kind of more so like a Fox app. Fox Sport app type of pay-per-view. Kind of the same thing along the lines of like the ESPN Terrence Crawford Porter thing.
Well, Lake County, man, let me get on down, bro, because I totally forgot, man. My daughter got a school meeting at 2:00, and we, like y'all know, I just moved, trying to get this school shit set up. If y'all heard the show yesterday, y'all heard how the school shit had went for me yesterday. So, let me go ahead and get on down so I can get ready for this demi virtual meeting.
All right, man. Just stop the tank hate, man. That's all I need, man. You and Jay, man. Just stop the tank hate, man. Get on down, man.
We support Tank, man. It's just like it's certain fights that I would love to see Tank in. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Like I got big expectations for Tank, so I'm not trying to hate him, man. It's just like I just want to see him in there fighting dudes that we want to see him fight. Like, I didn't ask for Isaac Cruz.
One more question, because you're a UFC guy too. Because you said who has moved up and Tank beat, like when you were saying Leo Santa Cruz. Does the same scenario work for your boy Randy Couture? Wasn't he like a heavyweight, and then he moved down and beat Tito and Chuck at light heavyweight? So what's the name? Tank can't move down and fight a smaller Leo Santa Cruz.
I mean, did he move down? I guess he did move down from 35 from his last fight. Right. Honestly, it's not the weight. It's just the style. It's the matchup. It's the me seeing Abner Mares being able to pressure the shit out of Leo Santa Cruz and Leo moving around. And like, if Abner can do that, I just knew Tank could do that. So I never thought Leo had a great chance of beating Tank Davis. That's my whole thing. But all right, Lake County, man. Peace out.
All right, brother.
All right, y'all. I gotta go. Till next time. Peace out.